Oh, hello, Puckers. What's going on? Yes, I know a little bit of technical difficulty with my microphone, but we're back. We're ready to roll, and we got Carmine Bianco, Don Buster from Buster Sports, and Andrew McGinnis, the kid. We got one hockey game today, and we're going to get to it, but first, Buster, let's start with you. How did your 5% play go last night?
Unfortunately, it was a loser with the Raptors, and needless to say, I'm very disappointed about them not showing up in the fourth quarter. Looked like a winner, but we all know in this game that it's never a winner till the game is over. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's so funny, you know. Basketball is not something I tend to watch a lot of. I find it extremely monotonous, and I don't like the fact that the first three quarters normally don't mean anything. And I'm having a conversation with my buddy literally 2 days ago. And I'm like, if a team goes up by 10 at the half, or they're down by 10 at a half, a 20-point difference, it ultimately makes no difference. And he's like, oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. Yeah, the Raps were up by 12 with like 4 to go in the third. Lost the game easily. That's basketball. Andrew, how did you do yesterday, bro?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, it was a pretty good day. Nothing great. Just 5% increased bankroll for the clients. So, like I mentioned yesterday, watching back the show from yesterday, it actually cracked me up again when I said to you I was playing low volume these days, and then you look at my yesterday's plays on the website, and it was like 7 plays or something like that. But it's low volume per sport. So yesterday 2-1. With basketball at 0-1 with MLB, but the Korean baseball, baby, 2-0 with that.
Nice.
So I'm still riding with that, and not forgetting about it. I did have a play on the New York Islanders, and that lost. So we'll try and get back on the ropes with hockey. But things are good, and Carmine and I are also doing tennis. I went 2-1 on the tennis card.
Nice, brilliant stuff, Carmine. You had a 5% play last night on the Vegas Golden Knights, and play, wrong ending. I mean, there's no other way.
Yeah, there's two ways. A few things. First of all, obviously apologies on the loss, but I will not apologize on the play because the play was the right play. If someone showed you the metrics of the game this morning without showing you the final score, you'd be like, give me Vegas -1.5, give me Vegas -2.5, give me Vegas -3.5, money line, regulation time. It's just unbelievable.
That sounds like it's something Andrew would put out in his low volume card.
It's unbelievable how Vegas dominated, and this is with Demko and net, and he's not a bad goalie by any means, but
he played well last night.
But it's one of those things where 17 shots on net, and they somehow managed a couple of goals, and Vegas 43 shots on goal and can only get one. So it's disheartening from the sense of, I don't mind losing my money, but when you have a clients that follow along and lose as well, it's not the greatest. So we're back on that. We're back on it tonight, and we're 16-7-1, 70% run in NHL. So we'll just keep plugging away and trying to get going on this, sort of moving forward. But yeah, as far as that Andrew goes, I got to play up for tonight. In the NHL power play selection and a couple of U.S. Open ones. A small profit so far in tennis, so I'm happy with that, and we'll just keep plugging away. I got 2+ money players today, 2+ money sides today, one on the women's side, one on the men's side. So we're gonna try and go 2-0 and get some money back into the sheet here.
Okay, boys, I got lots to talk about before we take apart this game. Colorado favorite against Dallas. Okay, so let's start with Kelly Stewart is watching Puck Time. She just texted me. I read you the following. Prez, you are the best host I've ever seen in my life. I want to emulate you every day I wake up. I think, oh my God, how could I be the Prez? Right there.
That's definitely...
Right there. There it is.
I can't read that.
You're handsome. For 51 years old, you are like Brad Pitt. She just is on and on. And And then she says,
You sure that's not Vivian texting you?
No, it says Kelly. Look, Kelly. See, Kelly. And then she says, got to work on Buster's camera angle. And then she says, have Carr move his background forward. I personally like the beginning of the text. But
Can I jump in for a second? Kelly, if you're watching, if you actually really are watching, I'm in the middle of renos, so I'm getting rid of that backdrop completely and putting in a really cool Vegas sportsbook style odds board behind me. So hopefully in 2 weeks' time, it'll be up there. But I hate that crappy little thing. I'm moving around my desk and getting floors, and you did a reno, so you know how it is.
Yes, I do. I've never done a reno in my life. I know you're talking to
nice.
Kelly. Okay, guys, let me go through the posting form because there's some good stuff in here. Michael Wimbley, nice to see you, my brother. RV, nice to have you. Wezzy, yeah. Raps by 10. It didn't work out. I get it. You can laugh and cry at the same time. I know you're cheering for the Celtics. They looked really amazing yesterday. Smart is just wicked good. That's me trying to be cool. Hey, Davy Jones. Banco De Niro. We got to kick it back, Carmine. I'm with you. Fully on. Way to go, Andrew, on your prop bet. Vegas over 34 goal shots. Well, they probably had that at the start of the third. Nicely done, Andrew.
Thanks.
You can say something.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I said thanks.
And then check this out. So Davy Jones writes 80-78 Utah Jazz Denver game. So, Carm, you know on Sportsnet, and Andrew, you guys, well, this is like an all-Canadian show. I'm watching Sportsnet Central, and they have the ticker at the bottom, and it always hides the score when they're showing the highlights. So, all I was able to see was the top score, but I couldn't see what quarter it was in, and I couldn't see what time it's in. So they're making all this to-do about, they're going to win. Is he going to win? And I'm like, what do you know about it? It's in the third quarter. That's literally...
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that they were in the fourth quarter with that score. Michael Wimbley writes, Andrew's going low volume today, only 13 plays. Actually, I think he's going to match the San Francisco Giants output last night. He's going with a 23-pack. Scott Lafredo wants to know, Prez, have you watched Cobra Kai yet? Scott, I'm 2 episodes down. So I have started it. It is absolutely hilarious. The acting, it's like a parody. There is a reason Ralph Macchio and whoever the hell Johnny Lawrence is never had an acting career. And I think it's very apparent in Cobra Kai. And what else? Any 5% play from Hector? No, Hector. Those things are somewhat rare.
Prez, I gotta say, yesterday as I was again in the middle of rentals and doing a bunch of stuff, I actually thought about Cobra Kai and flicked it on Netflix, and I ended up watching 7 episodes while I did some work. I watched the first 7 episodes of season 1. It's actually pretty good. I gotta say, it's actually.
What is it, Carm?
Oh, you're too young.
It's based on the Karate Kid. If you remember the Ralph Macchio Karate Kid.
1984, when your dad didn't even have sperm.
Andrew, I don't think you were around in 1984.
My dad's older than you, Prez.
So
your dad better be older than me, dude. My eldest is 19.
Oh, okay.
What's that? So, Carm, it was good?
You'll enjoy it.
It was good?
What?
I enjoyed it. Absolutely. I'll probably after the show is done, I'll probably watch the last 3 episodes so I can get through season 1. But it's like you said, as far as like the acting goes, but it's pretty good, and I love the fact that they will flash back every once in a while to the stuff from the original movie. So I enjoyed it. Good recommendation from the guys in the chat who kept saying Cobra Kai. You got to watch Cobra Kai.
And
so,
RV,
well done, boys.
RV likes Cobra Kai. Dank Kid likes Cobra Kai. I'm going to address Zach's statement, and then we're going to get into this game. Zach writes, he loves Wager Talk, but who are these guys he's never heard of charging $60 a play at Sports Memo? Great question. So let me explain how Wager Talk Media, which is the mother company, works. We own 3 businesses. We own Wager Talk, Sports Memo, and the Gold Sheet. We literally need, with Wager Talk, 99% of the guys on Wager Talk are exclusive to us. You cannot find their plays anywhere else. Guys like Andrew and Carm, Dave Koken, Tony Finn, myself, Marco, we're all locked in under long-term contracts at Wager Talk. Sports Memo is a site that has some of our exclusive guys like Don Buster, but it also has some of the guys that you can find all over the internet, like Mark Lawrence, who will actually be on Wager Talk today, and Big Al McMorty. These are legendary handicappers that have been doing this for 30 years. And at Wager Talk, we set the prices as a corporation, so everybody's prices are always the same. At Sports Memo, because guys like Big Al and ASA Wins and Matt Fargo and Mark Lawrence and Rocky, because these guys sell their plays all over the internet, we actually allow them to set their own price. So that's the reason. With that said, we're 12 minutes in and we haven't mentioned a hockey game. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, Sensei. That's what I want you to say to me, Carm. Colorado.
Yeah, yes, Sensei.
I want to be called Sensei. You know I'm a black belt.
Yes, Sensei.
Yeah. Colorado minus 115, Dallas 105, over and under 6. Guys, I'm going right back to the well on Colorado. I had them as my 5% play. I like them again today. I also like over the total. I actually thought the total will come out at 6.5. It didn't, and it's 6 with very small juice for a hockey game, minus 120. And my take is really simple here. I watched this Colorado offense, especially led by Cale Makar, who might be a top 5 defenseman in the league already in his rookie season. This guy is just absolutely ridiculous with the puck. His puck control is one of the best I've ever seen for a young guy. And I look at this team and I think nobody's keeping them. Nobody's keeping this Colorado team down. They're the best team in the league by far. Now, they might not get out of this series. It happens. They've had really poor goaltending, which leads me to the over as well. I think we're going to see another big 6-3, 6-4 type game. I'm on Colorado, and I'm on the over. I go to you, Andrew.
Yeah, something that you can find in my profile page at Wager Talk in my biography is about how I did a lot of work, volunteer and some paid work in the sports media industry, working with hockey teams and basketball teams. And the reason why I bring that up is because I always talk about how athletes are humans just like us. You know, they have ups and downs, they have nerves, they have big moments, big games. And I loved the press conference that we saw post-game and pre-game from the Colorado Avalanche head coaching staff and everybody saying that those players are absolutely just pissed off. They're grumpy, they're grouchy. They weren't taking it lightly, but they were locked in and they weren't really too nervous. And sometimes, if I would have saw them just go into the press conference and, saying bad things about, let's say, refereeing or saying bad things about, each other or something like that, that would throw me off. But they were very well-spoken, didn't say too much, showed up the next day and got the job done. And, that start is very, very promising. But I'll tell you, though, guys, that ending isn't really too promising either. I think, I had that play just like you did, Prez, just for 3%, though. And you got to hope that they don't get comfortable with leads, because obviously it was, Dallas still scored 3 goals. And when you get a big lead like Colorado did, the next objective is to keep that lead as best as you can. So I do like Colorado. And, I feel like it's very easy to take the over in every game in this series, but I just don't see it going under, especially in another elimination game between these two teams. And again, the credit we have to give, and we've seen numerous stories about it online and different sports websites. Where the hell is this Dallas offense come from?
Yeah.
I mean, Rupe Hintz, Pavelski looks like he's in his prime again.
Perry's the MVP right now.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, that's shocking. But, so I like the over. I do like Colorado, and I think they're going to keep rolling. And then Game 7's a whole new ball game. But I think if we get to 7, anything can really happen. So I really was impressed with the performance. If my point is if Colorado would have just squeaked that win by, then I wouldn't have been kind of as amazed by it. But for right now, they didn't just squeak it by. They won, in promising effort. So that's why I like them to win. As far as the props go, I'll just go real quick with them.
We'll come around.
It's a high.
We'll come back to you for the props.
Okay.
Because I want to do that anyway, and I like McKinnon to score. Sebastian Anthony, great point. Your backdrop supports Dallas, and your mouth supports Colorado. Buster with the dyed mustache. I know you say you don't dye it. I don't believe you, Buster. You're like 72 years old. You're all Botoxed up. You're dyed from top to bottom. I think you dye the hairs on the top of your toes. Anyway, what do you like in this game?
Well, before I talk about that, going to let this little shot you took at me go. I do not dye anything. And if you really see up close, I've got a lot of gray in my mustache. I've got a few gray hairs. Believe me, when I go bald, I'll go bald. When I go gray, I'll go gray. My father's in his 70s, so I'm not 72. And he is as gray can be. Hopefully I follow under my grandfather, where he was always kept brown, blackish hair up until he passed away at about 84.
More family.
I'm just going to. Well, no, that's enough of it. But I just want to counterpoint what you had said to me about the gray, because I'm not that vain.
Yeah,
Prez.
Nate thinks you spray tan yourself.
No, I live in Mexico 9 months of the year, so it's pretty hard not to have a tan. So anyways, and tan's good. I'm glad I don't have to take off my shirt though, Prez. That was a little scary yesterday when that was coming up.
Okay, go anyways, Colorado.
You're not the only one that's happy about it.
Yeah, I know that. I like I'm going to be going with Colorado in the first period tonight, and I also going to go with Colorado over the 6. The old adage in sports gambling is, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it, right? So anyways, Colorado, every game has gone over the 6. I agree with you, Prez. I thought it was going to be 6.5 for sure tonight. I don't know. They're keeping pretty tight-lipped about who's going to be in the nets tonight, but it doesn't really matter. I can't see Bishop going back in. There's been something wrong with Bishop since the Calgary series. He's just not right. I'm not sure what it is. So you're going to see Khudobin go in tonight, and he can be really good, but he can be really shaky as well. As far as Colorado, they might even have a choice of all 3 goaltenders, because they're, I'm not sure where Grubauer's at, but because of this not having to give up the injury, what goes on with the injuries, you never know which one of those 3 go in, and that's only going to help the over, because if it's Hutchinson, he allowed 3, and I don't know. The over to me is a play. The reason why I go to Colorado just for first period only is because, again, they're going to come out, they're down, elimination game, and just going back the last 4 games, you come out 1-3 pushes, but I can argue that you should have been 3-1 in those last 4 elimination games. Like last night, I gave out the Flyers in the first period, and they outshoot them 11-4. They outplay them, hit a post. I mean, just one of those. It's just one of those things. You don't get the win there. But so in this game, I think Colorado's going to come out, do what they did the last game, maybe not score 5 goals, but I think they win that first period. But I think it's going to be a lot closer. And the odds will tell you that. It's only 115 for Colorado. They've been 130, 135 all this series. So it's going to be a really good game. I'm going to take Colorado in the first period. Going to take Colorado over 6.
Okay, Carm, you're finally up, brother. What's going on with you? How do you see this game play out?
I'm sitting back and I'm listening to this conversation. I'm having a good time, and I had to look down at my phone for a second, because you got Buster talking about living in Mexico, dyeing his mustache or not dyeing his mustache, and I look at the screen and all I can think about is this guy. I'm not sure, so I had to Google him. I'm not sure if you can see that. He does actually look like Pablo Escobar a little bit.
Yeah, well, listen, all of
So-
these guys with bad taste that grow mustaches, they all look the same, dude. I mean, Buster, this thing went out when Burt Reynolds put a toupee on.
Oh, you know
I
what?
love shooting Burt Reynolds. Anybody else drink that?
There's a drink called
no.
a Burt Reynolds.
T-
What do they, like, put
Yeah.
mustache pubes into it?
Oh, I know.
As they say, Prez, to each his own. You know, I like the mustache. I look better with a mustache than without. How's
We
that?
are going to make a bet, and you're going to have to shave that thing. What's the bet, Buster?
What's the bet?
It's got to
What's
be a
the bet,
Leafs
Prez?
Montreal.
Yes,
type of
next
bet.
year
It
when
has
the
to-
Leafs play Montreal, you are going to shave that stash.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be happy to have that little bet with you because I'm hearing little birdies tell me maybe we could somehow, I don't know how, but maybe we can somehow pick up our man Sidney Crosby. How would that would be, Andrew? If
Okay,
Sidney
let's
come
go
to
on.
Wow.
Carb.
Montreal?
Okay, enough.
How would that be?
Enough.
Anyways, let's get back.
Sidney
to the
Crosby
game.
probably doesn't speak French, so he'll be run out of town because of those
Yeah, but that was his childhood favorite team.
anti-Anglophone
It's his
people in
childhood favorite
Montreal.
team. And they're going to bust up that Pittsburgh, Prez. They're busting that Pittsburgh up. And, hey, you never know. I don't know how we can find the cap space or whatever. That's up to the GM. But let's go Sydney to
Okay,
Montreal.
Carb.
Hey,
Carb.
can we talk about tonight's game? Is anyone even interested in
I
talking about
am.
tonight's game?
Please
'Cause I
talk
would love
about
to talk about
tonight's game. Please, I'm begging you.
All right. I'm starting to get a little heated over here. All right. Here's the thing. I was quite surprised by the line when it came out, minus 115 on the Avalanche, because you would think there would be obviously that huge overreaction to that win and what they did in the first period. The Stars weren't ready in that first period. They played flat, down 5-0. From that point forward, they did play how they played in the rest of the series, which was very good. Maybe you can chalk it up to Bishop being rusty. I don't know. We don't know. All we know is in that first period, Colorado blitzed them. You can make a case for Colorado winning again tonight because I think if they win tonight, they win the series.
Yeah.
Those game sevens, anything can happen. But the first period tonight will not be like the first period the other night. I can tell you that much as far as that goes. I'm looking at the total. I would think the total is probably the better play here. I think there's going to be goals here. These elimination games seem to go that way. I know some guys talked about Hutchinson in the chat, and I don't trust Hutchinson to win. It's not up to Hutchinson to win 3 games. It's up to Hutchinson just to be better than Francouz was in the earlier games. And
That's easy to do.
and here's the thing is, Hutchinson in Toronto didn't get that chance because he always got the second of a back-to-back. He always got the worst of the worst
Great
position.
point.
So you never got to see what Hutchinson could do. Well, now we're going to see what he can do. On a day's rest, he played. He's got a team in front of him that is good, a team that arguably is better defensively than Toronto was because Toronto wasn't a very good defensive team.
Arguably.
Yeah, well, there are some people that will argue
I'm not going
is
to
what I'm
take
saying.
the bait.
Yeah, no, I'm not throwing it out there to try and reel you in, Prez. That's not the point. So we'll see what Colorado has tonight with Hutchinson. He just has to be, and I hate to use the word marginally, but marginally better than Francouz was. And that's all Colorado really needs. A big goalie who can backstop, stop the shots, because Francouz let some soft ones in. And as a team, it is so disheartening when you're putting it all out there and up and down the ice and throwing body checks and trying to score, and then your goalie lets in a soft one. You want to just turn around and say, what the F, but you can't, right? So if he backstops his team, they get the win tonight. And I think what we're about is McKinnon got a lot more space in game 5 than he has gotten in any other game. The Stars did a real good job of locking him down. They didn't in game 5. So if the Avalanche can emulate what they did in game 5 and game 6, not to the extent of maybe scoring 6 goals or 5 in the first period, they're going to get the win tonight and send us to 7 games. And who doesn't love a 7th game? Come on.
I absolutely agree, brother. Braden Carpenter says Ben Bishop in net for Stars, no chance. Andrew, we're going to go back to you for your prop bets, But I just want to say something about stashes because there's a lot of people in there that are saying Prez is against mustaches. No. Prez is against Buster's mustache. Because Buster's mustache is the old school Burt Reynolds Magnum PI mustache. If you want to see a mustache,
let's throw porn stars in.
There is a mustache right there, and that's mine.
What the hell's that shit going on here?
Yeah, because if you're gonna grow a mustache, get frickin' creative. None of this hair lip shit. Grow it like this. Grow it down there. Grow it out here.
You want me to have a goatee for next week's show, Prez? I can grow it by
I have no doubt
week.
you could have a goatee within the next 10 minutes. Andrew, prop bets, and we got to go.
What is that?
I haven't really been on Nathan McKinnon to score too much because the value isn't there, but I'm tired of being an idiot. And
yeah, we're all tired of you being an idiot too.
I'm still going to be an idiot. I walked into that one. But, because the odds on it every day, guys, are like plus 110, like plus 105 for a guy to friggin' score a goal. But, I mean, he's still scoring. So here's the first thing that I'll take, and I think you guys would probably agree with the value here. Instead of taking McKinnon to score at like a plus 105 number, you can bet McKinnon to score and the Avalanche win at plus 225. I'm also on Nazem Kadri, goal scorer, plus 205. Kash Burakovsky last game at plus 250. As much as I think the great players like Rantanen, Landeskog, McKinnon, those guys have to be special, we need to see the depth players that Colorado missed over the past 2 years show up for a game. So I believe we'll see a goal out of somebody like that. I thought it was a great price on Nazem Kadri. It's a high price, but I'm on Colorado team over 37 shots at plus 105. Look, they had 41 in their last game, and that was obviously an outstanding game. But I really think that even if we needed like 15 or 16 in the third period, the desperation on either level, if they're up or they're down, they're going to be constantly throwing the puck at the net, and it's a good opportunity to grab that at a plus 105 price. Many people will probably be a little bit shy to back a number like that that's so high, but things are way different in the playoffs. You get one power play for this Avalanche team. That could be possibly 6 or 7 shots right there. Last one, kind of stacking up on McKinnon here, but I have him over 1.5 points at plus 140.
He's Andrew McGinnis, and he handles all the props. Boys, so...
They're resting McKinnon tonight.
What did I do? I did something wrong.
No, Carmen just made us fart.
I said they're resting McGinnis tonight. Andrew, I just want to say you're not an idiot, but always remember this. It's the old adage. If you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Absolutely.
I have been in the wrong room all my life. I'm in the wrong room right now. So, I have some guys telling me that my porn mustache is a goatee. No.
No, it's no.
I think Prez is trying to be like Jimmy G, except for his is gray.
It's either called handlebars. I think it's called handlebars, but it's a proper mustache. A goatee covers the inside area. But what you guys didn't notice is I did actually dye it because I'm completely gray. It's my Jeffrey Epstein look. And on that note,
you're the gray Jimmy Garoppolo. You got that shadow.
My woman is highly attracted to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Also, Michael Jordan just jumped on as a special advisor with DraftKings. So if you want to get on a stock, probably the good time to do it.
DraftKings. Okay, let's buy. Okay, boys, here's the deal. 12 o'clock today, WagerTalk today, Teddy and my show. We got Mark Lawrence on. We've got a bookmaker on. We've got Ralph Michaels on. We're going to take apart the NBA game, a couple of baseball games, look at the hockey game, do some trends and angles. We had some technical difficulties yesterday. You probably saw the Prez have a moment of complete pissed offness.
Meltdown.
I had a meltdown. But make sure to watch that show. 2 p.m. Eastern is First Pitch. Andrew McGinnis hosts that. It's our baseball show. I'm on a 7-2 baseball run. I'm over 60% this baseball season. 3 p.m. NBA show. Carm, when are we doing the U.S. Open?
We will likely be doing the U.S. Open a show either tomorrow or Friday. I will tweet it out. I'm going to get in one last word because I'm not sure if you've said it or not. Guys, it ends on Sunday. It's on the screen there. Any capper of your choice, likely Carmine Bianco, $199. You get all access to all his plays or all their plays.
He's speaking in third person, people.
Yes, I've got hockey. Yes, I got hockey, soccer, tennis. My team will have basketball and baseball. Just a ton of plays in all sports. Jump on board. We'll even get curling out there if we have to.
On behalf of 4 Canadians, we made this show 31 minutes long on one game. Make sure to watch Wager Talk today, everybody. Prez out!